This is just some weird shit that deserves to be talked about. I'm sure by now everybody has seen this in-game message. And this video is not like, I'm not out to target anyone specifically. In fact, this is about this stupid ass car and how everybody already made the same tune for it. Um, let's just start with uh, turn the Mission R into one of the best cars for the S1 class with this build by Nalik 28. All right, let's start with the first part of that sentence. Turn the Mission R into one of the best cars for the S1 class. I promise you this is not true. I promise. And I'm going to demonstrate that this is just simply not true. I'm going to demonstrate it right off the bat. Um, this is not one of the best cars for the S1 class. This is a very strange wording as well. Turn the Mission R into one of the best cars for the S1 class. It's not. I don't know. I understand there's like a really close partnership with Audi in this game. That's why we have all the Audis, all the Porsches, all the fucking Lamborghinis, the 500 Lamborghinis, identical Lamborghinis. Um, so this is like some, I don't know, sneak advertising shit. But nobody has ever claimed that this is one of the best S1 cars. And I'm sure there's a couple times, and I'm sure I know some people who maybe have set a decent time with this car, but I don't know. I think we would have known by now. And because this car came out like fucking 2 years ago, like literally almost 2 years ago, and this tune that they're trying to tell you to download is from like 2 years ago. Um, and there's nothing wrong with the tune, but I'm gonna show you. In fact I was driving it. It was very good. Um, I did a blind test with like 5 or 6 different tunes to see if I could tell which one was which, and I could not. So we'll get into that. But so turn the Mission R into one of the best cars for S1 class. This is not true. It's very strange that they would do this, that they would choose like sort of a down classish sort of build and tune to highlight. You would think this was like a really popular thing or like some hidden gem, but it's like neither. I don't the In fact, the other fucking Porsche they gave us. Let's go back to the festival for a minute. I got to go inside. I'm gonna have the music on in the background. I don't give a shit. Um, Porsche Mission R. When was this bred? So this car is better in S1 class than this one, the one they fucking gave us the same week. I have plenty of good times in this car in S1 class. So first of all, let me just tell you, if you're looking for a good Porsche motor sport car that's good as a good down class in S1, this is better. Neither one of them is particularly good. If you're talking S1 Porsches, they're both not good. They're both at the bottom of the barrel. I've seen a million fucking tests. So not only is it not one of the best S1 cars, it's uh not even one of the best S1 Porsches. It wouldn't even occur to me to drive this. I like the other one, and I did have a good personal best on Goliath with the other one for a little while. But this is not a car I would. So I'm not really sure. Did someone just come up with like, oh, now let's just highlight, let's try to push people in a certain direction every week with the prize car. We'll highlight a tune, but it's like, why did they pick? Why did they pick this Nalik tune? And it's good. It's fine. Let's just go from the top here. The Nalik tune is in fact the number one most popular S1 tune. I don't know what it's done. I don't know if anybody set like any good times with it. If there was a way to check, I would check. I just don't know. Um, Somebody wants to message me and let me know. To me, what this looks like is this is like approximately when the car came out, right? 5/19/2023. And the name of the tune is Ring, which is the fucking sound the electric motor makes. And this is literally the only S1 build that like a smart person would come up with when looking at this car. Um, so to me, this is just like a pretty standard. He jumped in the car, S1, boom, share the tune, meme the fucking name. I do this like I was doing this every week for years. I mean, same shit, same exact shit I would do every week. I drove it. It's fine. It's just about as good as mine. Just about as good as every S1. And here's the thing. So this is the most popular S1 tune from 2 years ago, right? You think like, okay, Forza are telling me this is one of the best S1 cars in the game, right? Um, well, there must be a lot of fucking S1 tunes for it. I shit you not. This is the number one most popular S1 tune in the game. Um, I had the number two most popular S1 tune for this car before my creative hub was ghosted. Um, so I just like I shared another one a couple days ago because I saw the car was going to be out. So I shared it right before the season started. I shared two tunes this week. One was the Ferrari 812 and one was an S1 Mission tune. Same exact stats as this, except I went with a higher top speed, which we'll get to as well. Um, this tune that I shared a couple days ago is the number 8 most popular S1 tune ever shared for this car. And it's not because it got a lot of downloads. It's because there are not a lot of S1 tunes for this car because it's not that fucking good. And I've downloaded a couple to take a look at, but this 175 downloads, 29 uses, and one like. This is the number 8 most popular S1 tune ever shared for this car from fucking 3 days ago on a whim. And it's not even that popular. This is not a popular car because it's not a very good car. In S1, you could probably squeeze something good out of it in S2 because, fucking the sky's the limit, right? Um, but no. So you see, as I scroll through these tunes, there's one logical build that everybody came to because there's basically one road to S1 with this car. Um, it's rallies, heavy rims, rallies, wide rears, the usual fucking down class stuff. Um, this extremely patient, excellent player somehow squeezed another 3 pounds out of it, and I'm not exactly sure how. Maybe did not with the lower G's. It looks like maybe skipped the front tire width. Maybe didn't go with the full front width or the rear width rather. Didn't go with the full rear width. Anyway, don't see how it matters, but it shows that this is a smart, patient player. Was looking for the lowest weight. Was looking for the absolute best power to weight ratio, despite any collateral fucking damage to the build. So I count this as basically the same level of intelligence that reached the same fucking thing on every other one of these. You'll notice the only difference between these is the top speed and the lateral G's, which is literally the only difference is the arrow on these. And the final drive. That's it. The build is, the build is the build. Some people are better than others. Um, so I don't know. It's very strange that they would try to hype this because this is the first time I've ever seen this sort of in-game message. Um, that they would try to hype this car up like this, and that they would choose this car of every fucking car that Nalik has tuned. well. And I have nothing against this tune, but like this by all appearances is just throwaway tune. Like who picked this and why? Did they even tell him that they were doing this? And again, I can't stress this enough. This is not about him. This is just about this bizarre new fucking in-game message. Well, like, okay. And I think the more interesting way to spin this would be like, hey, turn the mission R. Okay, let's say we could call it one of the best S1 cars. Let's just call it that because it's all hype. So okay, turn the mission R into one of the best cars for the S1 class with this build by Nalic 28. Like so far, so good. Rally tire compound. So you're giving people a blueprint to build their own because, like I said, there's only one direction the correct build goes in for S1. So give people this short little list, even though man, they really fucking overthought the Oz Racing Super Turismo GT20s. I mean, like 2 lines for the fucking rims. They're just heavy rims. They're just like everybody has their own preference for heavy rims, and now we know his. But give people the build, rally, spring, and dampers. I mean, that's a very bizarre way to describe that. But race weight reduction. Okay, so you've given people the build. Like you're teaching them something and then they're going to go teach themselves something. They're going to understand now how to downclass a car, right? But then you give the share code and then it has a fucking meme name and it's from 2 years ago. I wouldn't want anyone fucking sharing like promoting a tune of mine from 2 years ago. I'd be like, no, you know what? If you're going to go through the trouble of sending out an in-game message to like literally fucking 30 million people, let me hop in the game real quick and like maybe like set arrivals time or check that bill check that tune out, you know? The minor tweaks they make to the physics over the past 2 years. I'd be like, you know what? Let me share a new one. You just gonna send out that one, huh? So it makes you wonder if they even asked him. Or if somebody literally went to the search box like I just did and pulled up the number one most popular S1 tune. Did they even look at the fucking name? I mean, like, this is a game that's really, really pumped EVs hard. And Porsche is like pushing this, obviously. You're not gonna send this message out. And this is like it's like a joke. I like it. I like it. I do. It's just so puzzling. This is such a fucking strange move by Playground. It's strange from every fucking angle that I think about it. Like I know everybody was like scratching their head when they first saw it, but the more you investigate it, like I thought it was going to be a new tune. I'd be like, "Oh, cool. Look at them. Like they picked out a tuner and they communicated with him and like they cooked up a little collab for for Porsche. Who cares if it's, shameless advertising? The whole game is, right? Um but nah, they were just like, "Oh, S1." And it's funny because this goes back to like me getting mad about how people just pick the most popular tune. And we all get mad about it. It's the fucking Seppi on down the line. Like we all like fucking stop downloading the bullshit top rated tune. The first one people see, fucking download it. S1. Yep, this one. I don't even see another S1 tune because you can't even search for an S1 tune. Look, S2 X. Can't even search for an S1 tune. So like, either teach people how to do the build. Nalic recommends this build. Oh shit! I got a message from Nalic recommending a build. All right? No, it's like they had fucking AI do the homework. You know, AI did my homework. Very strange. Okay, and then you go through the top 10. Okay, that was number one. Let's go down through the top 10. Number one, and then we'll take some out for a spin. The number two belongs to Cesar. Let's see how many tunes he had, by the way. It was horrible. 1,370. He still hasn't caught up to me with all those fucking tunes out there and 2,200 followers. This is one of these people that lost interest. Like, how long ago? I don't even know. Oh, fucking Cesar spammed this one out there. He called it S1 in case you couldn't tell from the fucking performance class. Thank you, Cesar. Number 3, Mars. Bad S1. You can't make this shit up. The number 3 tune is Bad S1. The number 2 tune is a spam tuner who doesn't even exist anymore. Oh, Mars, you're a fucking G for this one. I didn't plan any of this. I just like saw that message again and was like, I don't know. This deserves a fucking closer look. We got a PTW. I've seen this name a million times. I'm not going to even attempt it. S1 Mini X-Bow. Crossbow, whatever. That's an interesting description. All right, number 4, Bad S1. That was like a fucking. I just like threw up a lob and Mars just fucking dunked it. ESL decoy. ESL, like English is a second language. S1. Yep, same build. Really low top speed, but somehow lower lateral G's than now. It's just a bad tune. But it's not really a car worthy of a good tune. Oh, this one counts, I guess. This fucking bullshit tune counts as a S1. This is number 5 or 6. Seven. Flying, you've seen this one. Same build, low top speed, but also low lateral G. This is also not a good tune. You shouldn't have that low top speed unless it's from fucking Aero. That's the difference between an Alex tune, which I was currently loaded up. So you're getting that 183 because of heavier Aero. That's why you have a 1.33 lateral Gs. These other bullshit tunes with lower lateral Gs and low top speeds, they're just shortening their final drive. It's just not good tuning. But I wouldn't expect good tuning from the first couple days the car dropped 2 years ago, which again raises the question why they chose the Nala tune, why he agreed to it. Or was this, again, are we living in the age of fucking AI generated in-game messages? Was this like a test? Was this a test of the emergency fucking spam fucking message system? Am I the next one on the list? Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing, right? Another one with a fucking meme name. I never in a million years would have thought like, oh, this is gonna get less than 200 downloads and it's gonna be in the top 10 fucking S1 tunes for this car. Especially after seeing the in-game message and sort of just like glossing it over a couple days ago. I was like, I was like, let me look at this. Let me look into this. Where does my tune come up? Top 100? I literally first thing that crossed my mind. I'm like, maybe I'm in like the top 100 S1 tunes. Because clearly, if this is such a well-established, one of the best S1 cars, and obviously they didn't fucking believe you, the people who opened up that in-game message, because I would have gotten a much bigger residual bump if this was such a good S1 car. Jeez Louise. Yeah, not good. So this is number 8. Where the fuck is Shadow's Bane on this list? Oh man, he shared one the day after the season started, which is another spam trick. You try to you share the car either again or for the first time, the second day of the season, trying to clean up the weekend players and the late people who didn't get a chance on Thursday, and you know that other better tuners are falling out of the rankings. That's a classic fucking spam move. I know he's gonna be in here somewhere. Look what a fucking far drop it is from me to the fucking ninth tune. There's like there's no legitimate top 10 tunes. There's not. They don't even show up. So in the full list, so since you can't search S1, all you can do is do the full list search. And all the full list search gives you is the top 252 tunes. So out of the top 252 tunes for this car, 8 of them are S1. Mine being number 8 from fucking 3 days ago with only 175 downloads. Not to mention the third most popular tune is called Bad S1. The Nalic tune is making fun of the EV. The fucking Cesar tune is just spam that's called S1. And this is all from years ago. This is all from almost 2 years ago. This is clown shit. This is like absolute clown shit. Like just like don't even bother. Did a whole fucking committee write this message, this in-game message? Give people a build, man. Teach people something. Either teach them something or like hit Nalic up and be like, yo, do a new tune. Share it on this day. Can you get online after fucking 8 p.m. and before 10 a.m. and share a tune? Nobody gives any thought to this shit, man. You guys need to give me a job. Or something. Free copy of the game. I don't know. It was very strange. Well, anyway, since I couldn't find Shadow's Bane's tune in the top 252 tunes, I guess the little tactic didn't work out. But the funny thing happened when I was going around. I was like, I'm going to test all these tunes out. The Cesar one was shit. This one was okay. This one was okay. This one was okay. They're all the same. This one was okay. This one, I didn't know. I couldn't tell the difference between mine and his. They're both oversteery garbage, honestly. It's not a good car. It's very simple to tune. There's one gear. So anyone who knows how to balance out the suspension a little bit is like, oh, here's the tune. Same fucking tune. Me, Nalic, Mars, Cesar, fucking Rain, except this one. Somehow this guy ended up at 3057 pounds, which is very surprising when the absolute obvious choice is 3051 and the real sweaty choice is 3048. I don't even know how the fuck you get to 3057 or you stay at 3057, right? So mine was less lateral G's than because just purely based on I use less aero, higher top speed. But like this fucking stuff is all over the place. This like look at this, right? So now like went with the lower top speed. But the 0 to 60 is way worse. Like significantly worse. Usually you get a serious. And what is this shit? Badass one. This is basically the same. This is supposed to be faster than fucking Now's car, but the fucking 0 to 60 is 6.2. I don't even know what I'm seeing here. This is a shit car, and this is a bunch of people who know how to play this game, excellent players, myself included, saying this is a shit car, and here's our shit joke take on this shit car. Except this guy with the fucking S1 road grip all-wheel drive. Same shit he calls every prize car. How did you get 3057 pounds? Like, I doubt that this is effective, right? I think that this requires a sacrifice. We're going to go in and do this in a second. This is just such a stupid fucking topic. I think this is probably not worth it. I would trust Mars, me, and Nalic and Rain and this guy. I'm not going to butcher his name. Well, this is one of the only. These are like the only tuners I would drive, right? Not this guy. This guy I downloaded because I basically just wanted to see his creative hub. But again, it wasn't terrible. But how did we end up at 3057 pounds? Let's take a look. Let's load mine up. one like fucking number 8 S1 tune. It was one of the best S1 cars. I'm embarrassed I even shared it now. Yeah. It's not as embarrassing for me as it is for Playground. I think these rims look better, right? With this build. Now look, went with the obvious ones that everybody uses. Everybody uses those fucking OZs. I thought this looked a lot sharper with the white and the fucking the writing from the the 3/4 angle doesn't look dissimilar from where it says Mission R. It looks a little bit more thematically tied together. Man, rims matter. Rims matter. Anyway, so what was it? 3157 pounds. How do we get to 48? 50. He did this. That's it. He went with the fucking bigger, heavier rim, even though he didn't need to. Why? I guess the question would be why did we choose this one? And it's because having a bigger rear wheel doesn't inherently help you. All right, you got to think about the rear wheel. Having bigger wheels in general helps, and I would like to pair the biggest rear wheel with the biggest front wheel if possible, or make them the same size. So this only goes up to 20. So this is as far as I would go is 20 with this car. I would go 2020 if in an ideal setting. If I could spare that one I would go 2020. Um, what people need to realize is this rear wheel, both wheels in an all-wheel drive, but let's just say for the sake of argument, the rear wheel is you got to think of it as the biggest foundational gear in your transmission. Now, when you say the word transmission, what you're saying is it's the aspect of the car, the mechanical part of the car that transmits the power from the engine to the road, right? Um, so it's interpreting the power in a series of gears, and the rear wheel on the car is the biggest gear in the series. So uh, when they build these cars with the transmissions, they're taking into account the stock wheel is the most efficient. The stock wheel size is the most efficient um, size for the gearing of the car. This is the best way to transmit the power. And the size of the tires and the profile of the tires. This is all figured into the stock gearing. Now, when you start changing the gearing of something, and on something like this with the EV, it doesn't matter as much because all the power is coming in one gear in one direction. Um, but the car is made to be on as small a rear wheel as possible. So there's no inherent value in doing this. You're just increasing the weight of the car. I prefer personally to have the wheels closer together in size if possible. It makes it easier to tune the differential. You're getting different. Uh, you're literally getting different wheel spins on the amounts of wheel spin on the front and rear of the car. Like it's important. So when you can, this is why I hate tunes like this. Some down class tunes require too much compromise for me to even enjoy the car. Like I don't like this. I don't like this car. I don't like making the wheels different sizes. I find it annoying and unpredictable. A lot of people don't like the wasting the PI for front wheels, but I like it in a lot of cases. And um, one of the only tuners that I drive, Zipper PL, he likes it in a lot of cases too. Um, it's not a waste in a lot of cases. It really helps. Not only so having the wheels the same size is very helpful. Having them as big as possible, it depends on the scenario. But oh my god, I hate this fucking activity thing. So in theory, you'd love to have them as small as possible and be the same size. But unfortunately, in a lot of downclass situations like this, they force you to up the rear wheel. So you go as big as you have to go with the rear wheel, and then if you can, try to even it out this way. Sometimes you gain PI by increasing wheel size. Sometimes you lose it. But I wouldn't go past 20 for this. And a lot of other smart people decided they wouldn't go past 20 for it either. Um, Not Shadow's Bane, no. Let's try to figure out how did what's his name get to 48. That's curious. I don't know how that happened. Like, what did I miss here? What did I miss? So we got an increase in weight and PI with the suspensions. This is a great lesson. So they really should have sent people in to do this build on their own. They shouldn't have even given the Nalix share code. All that does is invite all the fucking investigation and laughing I did at them. It would have been so much more effective. And who cares if people find it confusing? It'll either go over their heads or they'll investigate it and they'll learn something. Don't fucking dumb it down for everybody. Don't worry. Like, you're not gonna. This is what happens when like a committee of people writes a fucking message that goes out to a million different kinds of players. Nalik recommends this build. In fact, call him one of the top tuners in the game. One of the top. Don't call it one of the best S1 cars. Say one of the best tuners in the game recommends this S1 build for the Porsche mission, and then fucking list it out. And anybody who cares um, can go in and do it themselves, and they'll actually learn something if they're paying attention. Like when I say the build sends you in the right direction. There's only so many specific choices you can make. It's all off by 1 PI if you do it any other way. Every single fucking thing is 1 PI. Right? Go down that way, 1. You go up that way, 1. Fucking 1. Fucking 1. You know? Fucking 3. So how did we get to 3048? Is there lighter rims with that? Maybe. Does this allow for something lighter somewhere else? Oh, there it is. Okay. See, I disagree with that. Although, to be fair, and I'm not, there is an angle to it because I just said a minute ago that you want the wheel to be as close to stock as possible, your rear wheel. That is the absolute. You can gear the shit out of a car, but like they've already done it for you with the stock gearing and the stock rear wheel. And if you want to get technical, both wheels, but the rear wheel is the driving axle. So, nope. I would still say it's not worth it because you've already changed the rim size like pretty drastically. You've added not only you've changed the size. So imagine you change the size, you're changing the amount of rotations in this wheel, right? By raising the size, you're increasing the amount of rotations, but you're also increasing the amount of weight. So now it's having a harder time, and it's not a small amount of weight. It's having a harder time now spinning it. So I guess you can make up for that a little bit by shrinking the size of the tires, but this doesn't really help it drive any better. The rear wheel tires are the best option. Almost always. It's free PI. It's easier to tune around wider rear tires than bigger rear rims, in my opinion. If that's sort of the trade-off here, is like I don't know. Strange. But again, like I said, I don't think this was a very calculated move. This was still like in the first couple days the car was released. I don't really trust any of these tunes. I don't even remember what mine looked like, but it was up there. It was like it was pretty far behind Alex. But it was the same build because I just repurposed it for this one basically, since they erased it from my creative hub. All right, so we figured out how to get to 57. We figured out how to get to 48. This is just not a very interesting car. And no, it's not. It's not one of the best S1 cars. Listen, we do a lot of testing, man. And being an auto driver, if a single gear car has any potential whatsoever, we already know about it. I promise you. I promise you. That's why you see me out there in the Rivian or the fucking Lightning. It's not because I'm like promoting electric SUVs, because they're easy as shit for good auto drivers to use, because you're getting full torque and you've already trained to like the absolute pinnacle of like just driving with acceleration, feathering, no shifting. Um, so give me like one constant gear with like constant, basically instant torque. It's literally made for auto driving. Not even any shift penalty whatsoever. No hesitation. Power exactly where you want it. And that's sort of like that's how you drive auto, was like you know exactly where you're laying that power down and where you're letting up. That's what a lot of people comment the most on when they see my videos, is that I do a lot more coasting than they would expect. But that's like you just have to be looking ahead and know like that's where I want to hit the fucking accelerator, up there when the car is pointed in the right direction. You can't just drop your gear and chug through a turn in auto. Like, so anyway, this is a stupid ass car. This is not one of the best S1 cars. It's probably not even that good at S2 car. It's real easy to drive if you drive auto. And they should start making that distinction too. You know, put that in the message. Great car for beginners and drivers of automatic transmission. Check out this build recommended by one of the game's best tuners, Nalok 28. Go do it yourself, because there's really nothing to it beyond the build. I mean, obviously some people know what they're doing better than others, but like I don't know. I would say that's a pretty good list, that top 8. You got a good like 4 decent tuners and 4 people who are kind of spammy or I never heard of. And the overall consensus is just not good. So the Porsche mission is to get Porsche in the fucking game messages, to get their name in the game messages. That's the mission of this week's Porsche mission. Word.